The NFL Today on CBS is presented by Jeep. There's only one.
And welcome back to the NFL Today. And now Amazon takes you out to the sights and sounds of the game between the Ravens and the Bengals. Let's send you out to Cincinnati with our announcers, Kevin Harlan, Trent Green, and Melanie Collins.
Good afternoon from Cincinnati as the Baltimore Ravens take on the Cincinnati Bengals. A lot of star power in the house in this one with the NFL's leading rusher and two of the league's premier quarterbacks going head-to-head. It's a battle in the AFC North, and we're glad you've joined us on CBS today. Kevin Harlan with Trent Green will check in with Melanie Collins in just 1 second. This is a rivalry, but here we are a quarter of the way through the season and already a big game in the division.
You know, I love this game and I love this rivalry, and both these teams, they don't like each other, and that's what a rivalry is all about. You look at last year, Baltimore won this division. The previous 2 years, the Cincinnati Bengals won the division. That's what makes this game today so exciting.
It'll be terrific. We have high hopes for this one. Let's talk about Baltimore beginning 0-2, winning 2 in a row, and they've done it on both sides of the ball, running the ball and stopping the run.
Well, that's the thing. The Ravens want to be known and have their identity as a physical team. To be known as a physical team, you have to run the ball and stop the run. We're going to start with the offense and going green because the addition of Derrick Henry has been a big boost to this offense. Yes, they've had Lamar Jackson, but now the combination. You look at double tight ends with Ricard into the game, which is basically a third tight end. You better not tackle him high because you're going to get a stiff arm and knocked out of the way. The other thing is you better be able to get a hat on a hat. If not, and you don't touch him at 250 pounds or nearly 250 pounds, he topped out at over 21 miles per hour last week against the Buffalo Bills. So he's able to take it the distance. The Bengals have struggled defensively this season, stopping the run. Defensive coordinator Lou Anarumo said, number one, it starts with tackling. We can't have as many missed tackles as we've had all season. The big thing for the Bengals defensively, they get back two of their key players. They get back B.J. Hill and Miles Murphy.
Well, let's stay with the Bengals just a second because they began 0-3, won last week in Carolina, but they've not won at home. And their quarterback, I think you saw this, he said, Joe Burrow, I've got to play a perfect game today.
And Kevin, I agree with Joe Burrow. I think he does have to play a near perfect game for the Bengals to come out and win this. Listen, he struggled week 1. The whole offense struggled week 1, but he's been productive the last 3 weeks. They have to be able to match the attack of the Baltimore Ravens. They're not going to get a lot of possessions, only 7 or 8 possessions today, but another target for him. Jamar Chase has to have a big game as well. First couple of weeks he struggled getting acclimated because no T. Higgins. Now all of a sudden Jamar Chase, the last 2 weeks, is the Jamar Chase that we count on.
They got a 1-2 punch at receiver, Chase and T. Higgins, who was caught up with earlier by our Melanie Collins.
T, you guys are coming off your first win of the season, taking on the division rival Baltimore Ravens in a game that kind of has a must-win feel for you guys. What is the mentality of you and your team as we get set to kick this one off?
Yeah, man, we just got to be relentless. You know, as we've been preaching all week, this is be relentless, and the rest will take care of itself.
Joe Burrow seemed to have a heightened intensity this week, saying he needs to play near perfect in order for you guys to win this one. What do you need to do today to set the tone in the division?
For him to play perfect, we got to play perfect at receiver and at running back and, you know, O-line as well. It's the whole offense, so you got to be perfect too. So,
T, good luck.
Thank you.
The Ravens beat the Bills last week. The Bengals won at Carolina, but are still winless at home. The Steelers lead the North at 3-1. It's a big one in Cincinnati. The Ravens, the Bengals on CBS.
CBS Sports welcomes you to the following presentation of the National Football League.
It's a hot day. We're in the first week in October, and 83 degrees seems a little warm.
It is warm, and it'll be interesting to see how this plays out during the course of this game. You know, the Bengals wearing the black home jerseys, that may get a little hot throughout the course of the game.
We've had the flip of the coin. The Bengals won. They want to take the second half kickoff. They've deferred. So McPherson will have the ball teed up at the 35. He'll be going into the wind. And you just saw it moments ago, blasting at about 10 to 15, maybe up to 20 miles an hour. That's Collier on the left and Justice Hill on the right. Chris Collier's a rookie. playing in his third game. Here we go. Bengals and Ravens looking into that bright Ohio sun to a knee. Collier and out to the 30-yard line. It'll be 1st and 10. Well, the analytics will tell you that Lamar Jackson right now is the 6th best quarterback in the NFL.
Well, and that's just purely based off of passing, right? It's like you got to consider what he is. He's a 2-time MVP that uses his legs as well as he uses his arm, and they've found a great combination with he and Derrick Henry. But if they're going to stack the box, if the Bengals feel like they're going to have to put 8 in the box all day to stop this run game, don't be surprised if Lamar has a big day through the air.
Henry and Ricard will be the I formation. Now they switch. That was about 600 pounds of running back there. In motion is Flowers. It goes to Flowers. Jet sweep. Blocked by Likely and a block by Kohler. And out of bounds goes Zay Flowers with a jet sweep. And on the play picks up 9 to the 39.